We talk about this. Less than 3 weeks until Eagles training camp, and there's a lot to talk about here. The safety position is definitely one that is a big question. Some Eagles fans say it's a question mark. Some Eagles fans say we're set. We're about to find out in a few weeks if that's the case. Once training camp starts, they get full pads on. We get into joint practices with the Bears and the Panthers and even ourselves to find out, what are we missing here? What is on this roster? Is there a gem at this safety spot? You know what I mean? From what the Eagles have signed so far, is it good enough? We're about to find out. There might be another player out there for trade that the Eagles can go after, especially since the Eagles have had interest in this player a few years ago. It should be interesting, so let's get straight into it.
Because I've seen enough horror movies to know any weirdo wearing a mask is never friendly.
Yo, what is going on, guys? Hope it's having a fantastic day. I hope everyone's enjoying their work week. I hope everyone's being very patient. I know it's kind of crazy because we're waiting for Eagles football, and we got a little bit to go, but it will get here as soon as possible. Trust me. But I think training camp will keep us busy for a bit to see the competition from the back end of this roster, really going to the safety position where you lose Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. Your plan B was Terrell Edmunds, which he's a really nice stopgap player. And literally, you go into the draft, you get Sidney Brown, was a Red Star player for the Philadelphia Eagles, and, has some high hopes right now for Reed Blankenship on a nice sample size he gave us last year. Now, Jeremy Chinn is still available via trade. Now, it looks like, he might stay with Carolina, but, why not pry him off that roster if you really want to? If you don't want to go after Budda Baker, Jeremy Chinn, obviously the Eagles had a lot of interest. I think it was the second round pick? I think 64th pick of the draft in 2020. The Eagles are very close. They could have got him. They had interest. It was between the analytical department and the obviously the just drafting in general. More of and I felt like Howie Roseman kind of went a different direction. We all know that, and apparently the Eagles had somewhat tremendous interest in him and was on the draft board pretty high. Didn't pick him up, obviously. But there's a good chance here that Jeremy Chinn, a nice versatile type safety that could really just come in and start, to be honest with you. And it would bring a really good competition to this group because I like Terrell Edmunds, but we got to see what he does around a good group of guys, good defense. I think he's a nice stopgap player. I think his run support's not bad. I think he's a ball hawk at times. He can get his hands on the football. If these corners are used right, I think Terrell Edmunds will play very, very well. Just depends. Reed Blankenship, good sample size last year. I'm really glad that they gave that kid a chance. This is like his first full off season as a projected starter. Nothing concrete yet, but something definitely to look forward to. As much as I think he is a contact safety, not really the best coverage type safety, but as a contact and tackling, I think Reed Blankenship is A+ in that category. Obviously, you have Kevon Wallace that will be on special teams. You'll have Justin Evans, which he's a vet, second round pick from the Tampa Bay Bucks in 2017, and really has been hurt every single year. You can always cross-train Keely Ringo to safety, which I'm kind of interested to see who they cross-train at that position. If they're not going to get a shot at being a starting corner, which most of them are not, why not cross-train guys? You know what I mean? I love safeties that have corner background, corners that have safety background. It's a really good combination to have in case you need to kind of move guys around. That's a really good thing. But Jeremy Chinn, as a versatile player that he is, I think is really well. Even looking at the over the cap, his pretty much his contract where it stands right now for the 2023 season. So his cap number this year is only $3.3 million, which is very cheap. Now, if the Panthers do trade him, since it is post-June, they will save about $3 million with this trade. So, I mean, it'd be good for both sides. You know what I mean? I don't see why not. I don't see why this wouldn't work out. I mean, why not at the end of the day? So if you want to pry a safety from a roster, I mean, I don't think this will happen before training camp, but I feel like maybe during training camp when, look, really after every training camp practice, these coaches meet up after every practice and kind of talk about what's going on with each position, what guys are really achieving, what guys aren't. And if they feel like safety is not achieving too much, much they could go out and be a little aggressive for a trade. And I don't know how much it's going to cost to get Jeremy Chinn, but I think, a mid-round pick would probably do it most likely for next year. The Eagles have projected to have 11 to 12 draft picks next year. Now, do I think safety is the most important position they need to add a player at? Definitely not, because I think Sidney Brown is definitely one player, as he was a Red Star player that the Eagles really liked, and I think for the value they got him at, in the mid rounds was really good. And I feel like, he's got the work ethic. I feel like he's a great tackler. I feel like his coverage is pretty good. I mean, even I think in his class, I think it was the third or fourth best. I think the third or fourth best in his conference. I think at pass coverage, which is pretty good. I mean, his Senior Bowl was pretty good too. He was going against 4-3 quick wide receivers, deflecting those balls. He was against bigger tight ends. I mean, the thing what I like about Sidney Brown a lot is even in coverage, he's real tough. Always gets through the hands of the receiver. Just does so well on coverage. I really do like him. And fights to get the football out. And that's the one thing that he doesn't give up on. And I think that's the biggest thing that I like about him the most, because he doesn't stop. He doesn't quit. He doesn't stop fighting for the football. Like I said, so, I mean, and then other than that, there's really nothing much else. I mean, we're banking on Terrell Edmonds. We're banking on Reed Blankenship. And we're kind of banking on Sidney Brown to kind of make some noise during training camp here. So, like I said, if you're not going after Budda Baker or something like that, and like I said, I don't think the Eagles have that much interest in getting like a safety right now. I feel like they want to kind of get that wait and see approach through training camp, see what they have. And we talked about a ton of safeties. I just think adding another defensive end would probably be better. Adding another linebacker would probably be better, since those two positions are kind of, real iffy right now in some of the signings. And I mean, defensive line is good right now, but they can always add another body. I feel like they can always just add somebody regardless. And at linebacker, until we know what Nicholas Morrow could do, and if Davion Taylor can actually be healthy and step up, then, that would be great. But like I said, at least with linebacker, I think it's a bigger weakness than safety, but this would obviously be another option for the Philadelphia Eagles when it comes to somebody that they've, studied a lot of, that they wanted to draft. It was on the draft board, and between just the regular, drafting department and the analytical department, bumping heads a little bit and not really picking not really having a great draft and picking the right guy, so, you can always bring in another guy, because I don't know what Terrell Edmonds is going to do. I don't know how good he's going to play here. Like Reed Blankenship, I feel more comfortable with Reed Blankenship than I do Terrell Edmonds for some weird reason. I don't know why. Maybe because I've just seen more of Reed and what he could do, and I feel like he'll have a stronger year 2 with the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, if Reed could turn to a bona fide contact safety here, man, what a steal. Terrell Edmonds is only signed here for a 1-year deal, because really Terrell Edmonds he was the plan B option for Chauncey Gardner-Johnson when he didn't sign with us. But he was about to, Terrell Edmonds was supposed to sign like a multi-year contract with the Steelers, and then the Eagles literally swooped in and called his agent, and he came to Philadelphia because of the culture and the players around, and obviously this team was just in the Super Bowl, so why not join this team? Not many changes, a few changes to this defense, but nothing crazy, and you went heavy on the defense in this draft, which is great. What I wanted, had no problem with it. So from you guys, I would like to know, what do you guys think about a trade for Jeremy Chinn? Do you think the Eagles should wait on signing a safety? Do you think the Eagles just need to evaluate other positions other than safety? Because I know some Eagles fans say we need a safety, some say we don't, some say we need to kind of wait and see what's going on with the position during training camp to really, kind of make a move. I think as of right now, there are enough bodies there to give a nice evaluation. If the Eagles feel like they don't have enough, or Terrell Edmonds is not a great player and not working out for us or something like that, then they go after a trade like this. He's affordable. I think it would take a mid-round draft pick. I don't think it's going to cost that much. $3.3 million for the year. And the Panthers save money on top of it. So, it's a win-win for both sides. So interesting enough to see what they do here, but I want to know from you guys what you guys think. Do you think they will do this? Let me know in the comment section below. If you guys lasted this long in this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like the video as well. More content will be here every single day. We'll have some guests on the show. We'll have a few other things going on as well. So you guys enjoy yourselves. Have a fantastic night, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Shakes, what up? Follows. Peace out, guys. Peace.